it's not easy to find a therapist, especially like if I'm looking for I'm about to fart again.
Yo, I'm gonna give you a sight later. Oh, you really farted, yo.
But you can't even smell it.
I didn't hear or notice the other ones earlier.
We're using that clip.
Of course.
We're using that clip.
Of course. Y'all making me nervous.
We're using it.
I told him to get his shit
together.
You
got the bubble guts, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
And welcome back to the New OGs, everybody. I'm your host, Chris Allen, and my co-host.
Dowell, what's good?
What's up, man?
Ain't doing shit. You know, another day, hump day, Wednesday.
It is hump day.
Middle of the week.
Yep.
You know, we here, listening, hanging out, vibing.
Vibing to folk music downstairs.
Fucking music.
Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month.
I was going to say the same.
I just realized that it's Black History Month and we bring on a white guest.
Perfect. I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
I think it's a great idea. We're slowly getting to pure white because Ray is Italian and he hang around with nothing but black people. So
who's the whitest guest you've had on so far?
Shit.
The white,
like the white. Have you had a white guest?
Hell yeah.
Who?
Oh, not us. Not for this show, but for the Chris Allen show you had.
Oh yeah, I have. Just a lot of the comics.
I'm at the new.
No,
I don't think we had any white people. You're the first Caucasian.
Hey, you
for
guys.
the first week.
You're breaking the color barrier.
Perfect.
Here we are.
Yeah. We tore down DEI. We can no longer have black guests.
You want to talk about DEI? There's
Ray took a spot from a black woman on this show.
There's folk music going on downstairs right now. This is a very DEI building. We're sitting in. Right this second. There's a lot of diverse shit going on.
Crazy downstairs.
So Ray, you have embraced black culture. Wait.
We didn't introduce Ray.
Oh, we have not.
Yeah. For y'all that don't know, this is Ray Razors, big time barber here in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Yeah.
Big dog, my homeboy, my brother, Chris homeboy. We've been
barber.
cutting Chris hair for a long time. For y'all that don't know Ray.
Yeah.
This is a new show, so we had to reintroduce
Yeah, you're right. My bad. I'm assuming everybody know you, Ray.
Well, we know each other so well, we just get to talking.
That's very true. And I have to remember to introduce the guests to everybody.
Yeah. So we back.
So we back. We got Ray here, Ray Razors, Chain Chunky. Everybody that's the chain seat. That's the chain block over there. I got no chain. I got nothing going on over here.
It's all good.
Man, y'all chained up.
You can always take care of it. We can get you right.
I don't want nobody to snatch my shit.
Here we go with this shit again.
I'm kidding.
2025.
Here we fucking go with this shit.
What? You never thought about somebody snatching your chain?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So why y'all looking?
I've actually had somebody tell me, like, I was in Colombia, and dude was like, he was talking to me, and I had on this chain. It was maybe both of these. I don't know. I had on one or two chains, but it was small chains. And he was looking at me, and every time he was talking to me, his eyes was going to my chain, and he was like, "Hey, buddy, you should take that off." He was like, "You might can fight or whatever, but they're fast. They will take your chain and run." And I felt a lot more comfortable when I took it off, but damn sure that's really the only time. I never really felt like that, like being out and about
for real?
right now, because my lifestyle is a lot more chill than what it was in my earlier 20s, or mid 20s.
Oh, you was hanging around people like it was wild like that?
Yeah.
Oh, for real? Damn.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I did it in Belize. I brought a nicer chain to wear when Jake and Kayla got married, like with my suit and everything. But when we were out, like 10 kilometers from Guatemala type shit, like, no, I wasn't wearing jewelry.
Nah, hell no.
Oh, no,
it ain't really look like a good idea.
I'm not even taking my jewelry.
So,
I'm not even taking my
you just
jewelry.
gotta know what time it is.
That's just like if I was to go to like Germany, I would rock all of my fucking jewelry. If I was to go to like,
you want to go to a developed nation where you can follow a report.
Yeah, what I would fucking
Somebody
rock
got
that
real
shit
high taxes
out of
and
my
shit.
shit.
I feel good about it.
But Colombia, DR, I wore my jewelry in Jamaica. I did. I wore my jewelry in Jamaica. I had nobody said anything.
Were you on a resort though?
I went off the resort.
Oh hell
yeah.
no.
I was floating around the city like mobbing. It was dope. It was really dope. I had a driver that I ended up paying. He was the one that brought me from like he was a shuttle driver from my from the airport to the hotel to the resort. And I was like, "Hey yo, tomorrow you got anything going on? He was like, nah. I was like, yo, I'll pay you tomorrow if you just show me around Jamaica. He came back, picked me up, man, and showed us around Jamaica. The shit was tough.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he took us to non-tourist shit, like local shit, and we ate good and
that's what's up.
Yeah, smoked weed with him. I smoked, and I don't even smoke, boy. They say weed in Jamaica is dirt. I smoked some shit, bruh, that had me like I felt like I was hallucinating. I was like, man, this shit ain't for me.
I ain't find none of that shit on that island.
I don't know what. Maybe this was. I got to thinking like maybe this was like some fake ass weed or some shit. Because bro, I was smoking. I was looking at him and he was like, you know, like on Friday when Ice Cube first smoked and like Smokey was moving and shit. And I'm looking at him like, oh no, like nah, I gave this shit back, but I was so upset with myself. I was so
for real?
high. I was so high.
I found a bunch of garbage.
Oh, for real?
No disrespect.
Nah, we mean it disrespectfully. Fuck y'all weed.
Nah, we got real good weed. We're used to like real good weed. It's hard to travel when you're like an American cannabis user.
Consumer,
Yeah, I'm not, and that shit wasn't it. Still, it was too high.
We were in Jamaica, and one of the like the concierge guys, he was like, man, y'all been bringing it, like guys from America, like, cause I'm like there for days, like, dude, where's like real weed? I'm taking excursions. I mean, you borderline risking like. I should be doing some of this silly shit
for
like,
weed.
To get a decent bag of weed, and it just never happened. I'm eating weed. I'm eating space cakes and rolling joints like this big around. Like it was garbage. It was really bad, man.
You know, I've never had that. Like I've always had that thought. I can see like harder, like you maybe like crack, meth, heroin, anything hard. But like people that would risk their life for weed. Like, we know people that, like, smoke weed, they're on probation, they get caught the next day, they going to jail. They don't give a fuck, they're going to smoke weed until that.
You talking about for smoking, not for jokers that, like, getting it.
Yeah, I'm just talking about just people that smoke it. Yeah. I just never have understood that. I mean, I know everybody do it. Shit, I might have tried it at one point in time, like, as far as, like, doing some shit I ain't had no business doing when it came to that. But I ain't never felt like nothing was that bad for me to risk my freedom.
I shouldn't have been in a cab
smoke.
in the grill with trash bags of weed and goats and negotiating and pissing people off, and I shouldn't have been doing any of that for some weed. Looking back, I'm much young. I was a lot younger when this happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, looking back, it's exactly what he just said. Like, what the fuck were you doing?
Let me ask, cause you done had a crazy life. You done been outside, all types of shit. Have you ever been in a situation where you walk in a room and there's so many drugs, you're like, I have to leave. Like, there's no way I can be in here. I'm looking at 50 years under the prison if somebody walk in here, or worse.
I mean, yeah, kind of.
Oh my God, for real?
I'm getting nervous. Yeah.
I'm the type like.
Where you just like no, like there's levels to shit.
Yeah, like for me, if I'm somewhere and somebody break out any cocaine, I'm leaving.
That's like when you say that though, what I think immediately though is like dance floor
party
like, party amounts of cocaine. It's like, bro, we done seen that shit for decades.
Yeah,
nah. You know what I mean? You're talking about like cocaine.
No,
like,
I don't get, if they have a line of that shit, I'm leaving.
Man, that's America.
I just did something before I
no, you
walked
didn't.
in here.
No, you didn't. You couldn't even handle a fucking little joint. Ain't no way you doing cocaine.
Apple pie, baseball, cocaine, America.
I don't.
It's that American. Like it doesn't even come from here, and it's like American.
What I hate about people who do coke, y'all almost just as bad as people who do shrooms. Oh, you gotta try shrooms.
I like
shrooms.
I like shrooms. Whoever that is, they're fucked up.
But people push cocaine the same way too.
I like shrooms.
I think people downplay cocaine. I think people downplay it. I don't think they would ever. I would never in a million years tell you to do cocaine. But if you were getting super curious about shrooms and we didn't have anything to do, and you were like, man, I'm about to eat these motherfuckers, I'd be like, go ahead.
Yes.
Like, we ain't got shit to do.
To shrooms,
you're fine.
buddy.
We're not going anywhere. Like,
I can't.
If you were like, homie gave me some coke after the show the other night, like, I'm thinking about doing coke for the first time at fucking 40 years old, I'd be like, don't do that.
No, right. If I came to you, I was like, I want to do a line.
If we
see, look,
hold on. Nah, fuck it.
He would have $100 bill rolled up.
You're not in that. You don't maneuver like that. Because in my head, you would have to be like out on a dance floor, like it's like midnight. You know what
1970.
I mean, yeah, kind of. And then you'd be like, man, I think I'm about to take a bump, and you've been really like on, like I'm a grown man about to take my first bump. You know what I'm saying? I would feel like less sketchy about it, I guess, because of the setting. But motherfucker, if we was outside just now and you was like, think I'm gonna do a both, I'd be like, no.
For real?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good friend.
No. Yes.
I'm surprised.
Prime
Yes.
example.
No.
Yeah. Wow.
What he just said. I was out with a group of my friends at a club. At a club. Nice big club. We had section. Shit's going our way. I'm getting tired. I see cocaine being passed around. I got curious. I said, give me some of that. They gave me some. In my mind, I was in a movie. I took the cocaine and I threw it. And that shit went past me. They looked at me and said, you're wasting too much cocaine. Give it to me. I never got it in my nose. But I tried, yo. That shit went, I don't know what the fuck I was doing. That shit went past me.
That is hilarious.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah, I tried. That's as close as I got to trying it.
Yeah. I can't fuck with anything that could possibly kill me doing it once. That's my thing. I don't want to do anything that can kill me one time.
We could, no.
No.
I ain't seen it happen.
No.
You know, you want to know a fucked up statistic? Right here in Charlottesville, Virginia, I know a zillion people that do cocaine recreationally, functioning addicts even. I know a shit ton of people that been on them Lime scooters. I dead ass know more people that have been fucked up on those
Yeah.
scooters
Oh yeah.
than doing cocaine. I'm not condoning.
Scooter use. I know you.
I'm not condoning that shit. I'm just saying, like, human nature is the tightrope, right? You walk a tightrope, you're scared as fuck the
Right.
first zillion times you do it. You do that over and over and over and over. And human nature is you're gonna want to do backflips off this bitch.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck you mean? Like,
Yeah.
it ain't gonna kill me until it does.
That's why I don't fuck
Probably
with it.
won't.
Yeah. Well, I had a friend pass away from some bad cocaine in
I remember
D.C.
that, bro.
My homie Dylan. They got a bad batch. Everybody had headaches and they were throwing up that night, nose bleeding. And out of that whole group, he was the only one. He didn't wake up that next morning.
It's horrible, man.
It was
I hate
laced.
hearing that shit because everybody was
Yeah.
just trying to kick it and have fun
Yeah.
and party and like
Yeah.
it's supposed to be lighthearted, but
Yeah. So I say that to say when I was telling people that a friend of mine died from cocaine, they go, "What happened? Cocaine? That's crazy." Like people were like dumbfounded. That I was like, "Why are you shocked?" And I was surprised at the number of people that basically told me he fucked up somehow.
or like an accident happened, or what tends to happen now with so much like fentanyl and all this wild ass research chemical opiates out here. If somebody's dealing with in these things, and they're dealing on this shit on this corner of the table, on this corner of the table, and all this fucking white powder gets like mixed up a little bit. Some shit got touched here, shit's on the scale, shit's onto this, shit's onto that. That fentanyl shit is supposedly, we have all heard just via mainstream media, it's like wildly potent, like touch shit get fucked up,
Yeah.
breathe shit
Yeah.
get fucked up. So how much of that is it gonna take on accident to end up, because that's a downer, it's an opiate. Like you don't really, it's not like a thing you would really want to do. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
But what are the chances that somebody fucking with all of that, like, fuck shit up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Very possible,
Yeah.
right?
That's what I hear. It's like you said, people preparing stuff all on the same
Yeah.
table. It sounds like they need a
That's
motherfucking
just
like
more- that's just,
a
like,
health
more
department.
feasible to me, but
Peter,
it's still
OSHA.
scary.
Yeah, they about to ban. They about to get rid of OSHA.
So back like
Getting rid of
when we
everything.
were on the dance floor a lot, me and the homies we would test Molly. When Crystal Molly came out and we went past like pressed pills and shit like that, it was sketchy. People were getting sick. People were having seizures. All that shit's coming from China. When MDMA was coming from Europe, like it didn't seem like Europe wanted to kill us.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like dance floors were having a really good time for
Right.
a couple decades.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
I-
that shit
yeah.
got weird and we started testing it, right? And that always made us feel good. That you know what you're getting into.
Right.
And there's also like I think a cerebral thing about making yourself feel at ease about like I'm about to do some recreational shit and like at least I know what it is.
Right.
So you go into it in a good headspace. This fentanyl shit, I've considered this a lot of times. If it's anything close to what they make it sound like I'm not hip on this stuff at all other than, you know, the shit we all read or hear.
Right.
If it's like that tiny of a fucking fraction of a whatever that can just obliterate things,
Yeah.
I'm not positive that the testing scenario is like as functional or accurate, or like if something
That's-
minuscule could throw it off, it's like, man, I don't even know if that shit's helping anymore. You
I
know
see what
I
you're
mean?
saying. Because if say you go to CVS and you get a tester and it's just like it's looking for certain amounts,
Mm-hmm.
and if it's so small, it could literally be literally one grain,
Mm-hmm.
and if you test the portion where it's not, you don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something I've thought
Yeah.
about before. Like it might be even harder.
That's very
now
true.
with something that is that like concentrated.
I wonder, yeah,
Not equally mixed.
All of that is just it's fucking sketchy, man.
I don't even know if I want to put this shit on my
Dude, I remember pills. Like
drug
the
testing.
entire dance floor would be on the same pills. Everybody would be fine. Jokers might get a little sweaty. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like everybody would be okay. Everybody would be fine. Like there wasn't people falling out on dance floors and festivals. All
Molly
over the place.
water.
I mean,
Molly water.
Molly Aid.
I never had a bad time off of Molly,
That's awesome.
and I enjoyed it, and that's why I stopped.
See, but we've had some really atrocious times, and you have to go ahead and assume you should test your drugs better.
Yeah.
Because it's like I probably ate some fucking meth or something.
Damn.
On the dance floor trying to have fun. And,
there was no at
Yeah,
home
man.
drug test, cocaine tester.
What are you looking up?
This just said the FDA said there is no at-home drug test that is 100% accurate. Like, yeah,
well, I wouldn't assume like nothing
Yeah.
is like 100. There used to be this organization called we dropped Dance on it? Dance Safe. All they
Yeah,
give
who
out
cares?
is earplugs and condoms and shit now. They're still at festivals, concerts. I guess it's a nonprofit, but 15 plus years ago, they used to test your drugs at festivals, which I thought was the coolest thing ever. Because here's 20,000 people, 17,000 of them are on drugs.
Yeah.
Why is it a bad idea to like let's triple check?
Yeah,
and
'cause you're not gonna
nullify
stop
some
it.
of the consequences. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
you're not gonna stop it.
What a cool thing.
Right.
What a cool thing.
You don't want a
right?
bunch of people dying.
And
Yeah,
then
exactly.
involved
Fucking-
because they're like you're promoting drug use and shit. I was actually surprised. I took Sarah and her friends to that Grizz festival in North Carolina. Real cool venue too. Live Oak Bank Pavilion. This spot was dope. But I was walking one of her friends to the restroom and I passed a tent. I'm like, damn, that's Dance Safe. And I'm like, remember that shit from when I was like really out there, you know what I mean? And I stopped and I talked to them, and of course they're super young. I'm old as shit now. And I'm like, you know, you guys used to like do stuff. And they were,
That was you.
Yeah,
That you were that guy. You know, back when I was 21, they,
dope.
yep.
You know what I'm saying? But they were very aware, but they do like earplugs and rubbers and shit now. And fucking
And rubbers aren't 100%.
Yeah, none of that.
drug
Fuck.
tests, rubbers, and fucking earplugs are probably
Ain't none of them
the
shit's
most
100%.
efficient thing in that pack right there.
So it used to be big in the festival scene.
That shit was fun.
Just party drugs. Now you're dead. Like,
Also fun.
Life didn't change.
yeah. You just bought a house. Like, how's the new house?
Oh man, we really we like that neighborhood a lot.
Yeah.
I settled in. I was really nervous the first like month or
I'm pretty sure the neighbors saw you. They were nervous as well.
I thought of that.
We fucked. It's not gonna stay up.
We're back.
We're back.
I thought of that a little bit.
That's
too.
what drugs would
I
do to
did.
you.
They're really cool, man. Everybody's
That's what's-
really cool. My daughter has friends like already. We get along with everybody. It's real nice. The buyer's remorse thing I was having was just being scared of like I moved to a part of town. I moved further outside of town, like you know, and I hadn't never really considered that before. It's been 5-6 months.
He
I'm
moved
used to it.
7 minutes up the street from where he was living at.
Nah,
7 minutes up the street.
when are we?
It feels country.
Are you having a housewarming party? Was I not invited?
Yeah, so we had it to the point. I worked really hard on it the first few months. I did a lot of reno type stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty proud of it. And we had that thing in our head of like, once we get it to a certain point, we're gonna have everybody over. And then it became the holidays, and now it's been dumb cold and how it is. So
That's true.
yes, sir. On deck. My birthday is early spring. My wife's is like 8 days after mine. So we keep. I was considering doing like a
Shindiggy
joint
at the crib.
birthday.
That'd be tough.
shindig. Yes, sir.
Wow. Speaking of birthdays, I've decided I'm gonna have a birthday dinner
Where at?
right on the other side of this wall at Vivace.
Nice.
Yeah, man. I think I'm gonna do like a mob theme. I'm gonna get the back room.
Yeah.
You gotta wear a fucking suit.
Okay.
It's gonna be like
you can-
Vesuvio's.
You can rent the back room?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get like room for like 20 people.
Have you been in there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the coolest thing I've ever heard.
What?
That's tough.
Y'all coming?
You
What do you mean?
already invited me.
Chuck, I got an
Said I
outfit.
was
What are you
coming.
talking
All
about?
right. Everybody in the shop
I got a shirt from Dwayne recently. that's
except
perfect.
Fernando.
He don't. He's a heckler. He doesn't want to
Which Fernando?
do anything.
Neither one of them. Nah. Pretty fur.
Which one? Which one?
I know fur cuts got a little feminine look. I gotta stop messing with him because sometimes I tell him he look like a trans man.
Which one?
Fur cuts.
What?
Because his eyebrows.
Those motherfuckers sharp as shit.
They are.
Yeah, but I went to the DR last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that shit's a thing. He's Puerto Rican and Colombian.
It's all the same.
But in New York City, they all do that shit, man.
Bro.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
That whole
shit.
island.
They all
Latino-
get their eyebrows arts and shit.
Real sharp.
Latino culture.
A
Yeah.
lot of real sharp.
So you just bought a new crib.
Yeah.
You like do you like your neighbors?
Yeah, we have my close neighbors this way are never there. The neighbors behind us they're really nice people. They have twins that my kids already hanging out with. I didn't necessarily feel like I have a ton in common with everybody.
Right.
But the only spot I really had anything in common with everybody was probably Woodlake, and I just felt like my family kind of outgrew that scenario.
Mm-hmm.
So
What
it
about-
felt like a little bit of a chance, the neighborhood type thing that we're in, but it's not weird at all. I like it.
What about you? You fuck with your neighbors?
No.
I knew it. I knew you didn't.
No. I
I
don't.
thought you had one neighbor that was cool. You did know.
Even if he fucked with the one, I knew it wasn't gonna be no more than one.
You got one. I thought you did have one.
I mean, the neighbors to my left and right, they're nice people, but I don't talk to them. I don't talk.
You
to
live in
them.
like a neighborhood?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
neighborhood.
I live in a neighborhood. It's like where I live at in Ruckersville. Like all the houses are like way back off the street, but what sucks is like they're still next to each other.
You got a
So
little space though. Yo, I went to Chris's house one time years ago, and we got so stoned that the next time that I went to Chris's house, this isn't gonna be hard for you to believe, but I hit him and was like, "Yo, where do you live?" And I didn't know. And we were looking at a house on that same street, and I was showing him. He's like, "Yeah, that's like where I live." And I was like, "Damn." I like really forgot that whole ass evening, except for
what's funny, the house that you were looking at, my friend used to live there.
okay.
Yeah, somebody that I knew. I was stationed with a couple places. That's what's weird about the military, man. Like how you just meet up with people in different parts of the world. Like that is very, very strange.
I mean, it's kind of cool too.
It is, because I was in Mississippi with a friend of mine. Then we ended up getting stationed in Phoenix together, and then for a long time. And like that, when I left for Korea, that was our first time apart in like almost 10 years. And then like a couple months later, he ended up coming to Korea. So it literally, it's so weird, man. Like seeing people you know just.
I think that's just life. This damn world is that we live on is way smaller
It is.
than what the fuck you
That's
think
just
it
crazy.
is, man. Because
What's the weirdest coincidence you had with someone like that?
shit, man, I had moved to Atlanta, and which isn't what an 8-hour drive away, 7.5-hour drive. But I moved to Atlanta, and I was cutting with them at his image, and Bear used to cut this one dude named, I think his name was Wendell, I think, and
Wendell.
Uncle
Yeah.
Wendell.
Work at a grocery store.
yeah, I think
That
so.
joker went to the concert with us that one time.
Yeah,
Stop
yes.
it.
And Barry used to cut this dude named Wendell. So I'm in I'm living in Atlanta this time. I'm shopping in Walmart, and I look at him, and I know Wendell. He was a regular at the shop. I looked at him and I said, "Damn, he looked like Wendell." I just kept it moving. About a week later, he came and had an appointment with me at the barber shop. I'm looking at him like, "Bro, did I just see you last week?" And he was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Why the fuck didn't you speak?" He was like, "I don't know, you didn't speak." I'm like, "Yo."
I was gonna ask
So
you.
look,
Yo.
look. Sorry, this off topic. Wendell, you're gonna remember this story. When we were hitting the scene real hard, Jack and Jake and I had tickets to a show at Peabody's in Virginia Beach, and I'm cutting this dude's hair, and we're just talking out.
Wendell
loud.
or somebody else?
Wendell.
Okay.
And this a real quiet type dude.
Yeah, real quiet.
Real
Real
quiet,
quiet.
real out the way. We have all been cutting him for a long time. Nice guy, but like real out the way. And he just like speaks up and was like, "Man, that sounds dope. Like, like kind of like, can I slide?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like, what the fuck? Like, this is definitely in those years. I'm like, "Yeah, you ride if you want to." Type shit. Got himself a ticket. He rode down with me. I seem to remember it being real silent, other than he explains to me that he's a a vlogger. So I don't, at this point in time, have a ton of experience with, like, I'm obviously grasping what the fuck he's saying. Like, I be videoing myself. I have a YouTube channel. I do my experiences throughout the day. Now, I'm super confused because this dude is, like, real quiet. And then he starts showing me these videos while we're sliding to Virginia Beach from here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's, like, real kind of, like, animated. And I'm like, what the fuck type shit? So I'm like, wow. So we get... we get there. People were passing out pills. I didn't have anything to do with it. So people were passing out pills. This kid ends up with, like, a pill. And somebody was like, yo, like, you roll or something like that? And he was like, nah. And, like, spit an e-pill out. So that has already happened before the night starts. So already homies are like, yo, who's your man? So I'm like, it's not my man. Like, I fucked this up. This is my bad. But this also, like, club scene shit. Like, once we get there,
you.
Like, I'll drive them home.
Mm-hmm.
Or we'll ride home when it's time to go home, you know what I mean? But we'll figure this out.
In the spot, I'm out and doing my thing.
Bro, we get there. My man completely rolls out from us. So this is easy. He ditches us. He has the camera. And he has obviously talked to people and okayed, like, he's like, dude. So this dude is in the front throwing down all night long away from us, okay? And he ends up putting a YouTube video out. Wendell's first rave.
Really?
Yes. So I took a vlogger.
I'm about to look it up.
It's on there. It's on there. I don't know what his channel is, but I'm telling you that this happened. And unbeknownst to me, I took a vlogger to his first rave, and I didn't know any of this was happening.
Man,
that him?
Happen, that's 100% there.
Oh my God!
He found that like that. That's him. I was there.
This is the guy.
I'm probably in that video.
Hey,
the Morano probably in that video.
Hey, yo, hold on, man.
It's him getting ready for. It's him getting ready.
I didn't know any of.
He got y'all in the car, Ray.
I remember everything.
I'm in the car?
That's not what.
Is this your car?
That's me. I'm in the video.
Oh,
I'm in the video. I didn't know that part.
That's him.
But,
that's Wendell.
Yeah, well, now it makes sense. Yeah, he was filming how many years ago was that?
10.
Yeah, dude.
Who is this
A
guy?
decade ago. He's a nice guy. I was cutting him. He was a nice guy. You know, I'm like not even 30 yet. We still throwing down partying. He says like,
You look exactly the same.
hey, thanks, man. Appreciate you, bro.
His nails are
That's
too long.
Wendell, yo.
That's Wendell.
His nails are mine.
Wendell's.
Cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was wild. But check this out. We see each other at some point. Peabody's not huge, and we're like, yo, you good?
Oh shit, Peabody's.
Down in Virginia Beach.
I've done comedy there.
So this dude is fine. We're like, you good? He's fine. But check this out. Wendell doesn't drink. He fake ate an e-pill earlier, spit it back. Weird. So the man is 100% sober, doing all of this, right? So pretty early on, I figure out I can get fucking obliterated.
He's gonna drive you.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And hey, if Wendell's watching this, he's gonna watch. He an internet dude. He gonna watch this. Wendell filled my gas tank up, and I did not know that until the next day. Shout out to you, bro, because I was so fucked up. And he dropped me off at my spot and must have like Ubered to his spot or whatever happened.
He got home.
I ended up where I was supposed to be with a full tank of gas. Shout out my vlogger homie Wendell from the A, DeVille, Vibe Beach, wherever the fuck he's from.
Can I say this? And maybe y'all agree. There's nothing better when you're supposed to DD, and then somebody's like, "Yo, I'm not going to drink. Do your thing." You like, "Oh my God,
That's been the DD lately.
That's the best."
Hey, Virginia Beach to Charlottesville. I don't remember any of it. Just woke up safe where I was supposed to be. Shout out to him.
Shout out to Dale,
Shout
man.
out to Wendell.
That's crazy.
He worked at Fresh Market, which we very much miss.
I used to go there all the time
Loved
to get
it.
the chocolate cover almonds. Some shits was so good.
Pillow
That was my
cookies,
damn. It's
rotisserie chicken salad with the croissants.
I used to go in there.
Hey, yo, I can't hold this shit in no more.
What happened?
What?
Hey, yo, nigga, you just farted. Yo.
I didn't catch
Yo,
that.
what? Yo,
Yo, I didn't catch that.
hey, yo, that was the first. Yo, that
feel
nigga
like-
farted.
What's
He was like,
close?
oh, I farted.
You said all that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Took a fart.
Yes, that's the only reason I'm even talking about it.
Hey, put you closer.
My bad. Man.
Y'all can't see.
Bruh,
This room is deep like that way.
Oh,
It's not this way at all.
hey yo, that was
close,
perfect, man.
My
Don't
bad.
take that shit out.
Yeah.
Keep
I'm
that
not.
in there.
That's
Pause.
Oh, I farted.
You had a weird coincidence story. Remember you said you were like up in the mountains?
Oh, I was wondering. Yes, it's the craziest story of all.
Have you? I'm pretty sure you heard this story, right?
I think it's the one got to do something with me.
Yeah, Jatavia's mother, Dowell's
My son,
Dowell's
mother.
oldest son's mother.
Okay.
Her name is Skylar. Super cool. I was in a coal mining town. The only reason I'm gonna forget which one, because we've been to a lot of them to ride like 4-wheelers, side by sides. It's like a hobby of ours. So we're probably like 3.5 hours from here, easy. When I say coal mining town, some of these towns have like under 1,000 people in them. It's kind of a joke that like you don't live out there unless you're working for the railroads, the mines, or like you got a bunch of felonies and you kind of ducking Johnny Law. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we end up at this restaurant, getting ready to big ride the next day. We're about to take this huge ride in the Appalachians, and this restaurant. No, there's no like fucking real restaurants out there, bro. It's like this little hole, and this dude got an iPad, and it's probably like microwave pizza, bro. It's that fucked up out there. It's like you want chicken tenders or pizza type thing. But it's a younger black dude, which he wasn't looking real coal miney to me. I definitely noticed that
Right.
at first. You know what I'm saying? For where I was. But we're just chatting over this horrible food, me and the homies that are with us, and somebody said something about either like Crozet or Afton Mountain or some Western Alamo, something like that.
Something to do with Charlottesville area.
Surrounding counties.
Closer to Afton, but something
Okay.
something chimed this dude, and he came out and he was like, "Are you talking about Afton Mountain, like near Charlottesville, near Waynesboro or something?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Man, this is gonna sound crazy. Do you cut hair?" And I was like, "Yeah." But I have that tattoo on my hand of a straight razor, and it oftentimes like starts conversation with people, and they're like, "Yo, you cut hair." So that's happened to me before. But he was like, "Man, this is gonna sound crazy." But and this guy starts explaining to me how he, for a very, very short time, had lived over the mountain and knew Skylar somehow and had her on Facebook, and she had posted pictures of like the barbers then, maybe the barbers, the grand opening or something.
The grand opening, yeah.
It was something like kind of recent. And he was like, "Yo, I recognized you," and knew Skylar, and I was like, "What the fuck is happening right now?" And we used to kind of joke with Skylar and be like, "Yo, you're famous, yo," and that was different.
Is it kind of scary?
Nah, he was cool. What I do, like, that I was just joking about, like, what are you doing out here?
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. I could make a zillion stories up in my head of like, what are you doing out here, bro?
What you mean by kind of scary?
Like someone knows who you are and you don't know who they are.
Oh, that's
like that's
shit.
something I don't
You
like.
said
All
that
right.
before, but that's
We're over that.
There's a shit ton of
You're
people that
fucking famous.
know
What
who
talking
you
about?
are and you
No,
don't
the fuck
know.
I'm not.
Your
And
face
you don't
is,
know
like,
who
on
they
stuff.
are.
It's not, but okay.
You have things and videos and your faces all over shit. Your caricatures.
I got friends of mine that know who you are that you don't know who they are.
I don't like that shit. It happened to me today at Walmart. Me and Miles.
Was it Ruckersville?
It was in Ruckersville.
That's what you get.
It's your fault.
You shopping at your own Walmart?
Yeah, me and Miles, I'm getting him some soap, and I walk by these two younger white kids. I can't say kids. They probably maybe late teens, early 20s. And me and Miles looking at soap, and this dude's like, "Are you Chris?" And I'm like, "Yo, how the fuck would this white boy know me?" I go, he's like, "The comedian?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, I go, "Do you see me before?" He goes, "Nah, my parents have." And I'm thinking like, okay. And I guess I look confused. He was just like, "You know Ray Cadell?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, my parents know them. My name is Ethan." Tall, white kid. Oh, okay.
He's like a nephew to me. I love that kid.
Oh, okay. Because he looked kind of young. I wasn't.
One of Sarah's best friends, Jessica. That's his mom.
He was like, "Yeah, my
met her before.
You was at
Okay.
what Walmart?
the one in
Green
Ruckersville,
Walmart?
yeah."
Oh, the Ruckersville.
Shout out Ethan Lamb.
He's kind of tall, kind of a tall kid.
Great kid. He's a great welder too.
Yeah, I was gonna say he.
His brother's killing it out there on JV right now. Keep it up, Preston.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, he's like, "You know Ray Cadell?" I was like, "Yeah."
That was
That's
my
dope.
impression of that Walmart.
You don't like that Walmart?
It's the
What is that?
I don't know what it is. Bro.
Tell me, what is that? You like that one?
It's the slow Walmart.
You ain't lying. It's a lot of MAGA stickers at that
our
one.
new favorite Walmart?
What?
Me and Sarah got a new favorite one.
Zion's Crossroad.
Man, we live that way now. We've been going to Zion's. That shit's smooth.
Zion's Crossroad Walmart
Like,
is together.
I've never had dealings like out that way. All that see somebody type shit. Dude, even us. I can't walk around town. You can't. We can't walk around this little town without being out.
Everybody know y'all, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what. You go to Zion's Crossroads, get your shopping done. I go to the Lowe's out there. It's fucking tight. They're side by side. You got it's smooth.
Yeah, I don't like the Charlottesville Walmart. I hate that motherfucker, man. I hate it. I hate it.
Some of the layout. What is the difference?
It seems like it just seems worse than every other. I don't know what it is.
Is the Rogersville one giant, or am I tripping?
It's it's newer.
That shit is huge.
It's newer, but yeah, the people there are. Yeah.
I went in there for something, and I was looking around like it's not the one I'm used to and thing.
They have
feeling so vast.
They updated it and they made it look more modern and shit like that. Is there one in Charlottesville like that too? Have they updated it?
They just fucked up shit in there, but they got shit sectioned all wrong.
Yeah, it's sectioned all weird. Yeah.
I'm really fortunate. My wife does a lot of the shopping and orders.
You gotta make sure you're talking to the mic.
My wife orders a lot of stuff, orders a lot of groceries. She does a lot of that type of stuff, so I don't have to do a lot of the shopping. And I went to Walmart recently with Luna for just something. She wanted a dry erase board. And just doing that and trying to just go through a line and get checked out for something real simple without having to check yourself out and do the whole thing. And people are guiding you places now. And I was like, bro.
Yeah, I hate Walmart. I hate it. I feel like I lose time of my life when I go in there. I hate it.
It's unavoidable, though, because I was watching a local girl recently the other day, kind of like, let's boycott Target, let's boycott this, let's boycott that. Other than ordering your entire life off Amazon, what does everybody do right now?
I know, right?
What are the real purists, the real hippies that think we're wasteful pieces of shit? Like,
Whole Foods.
Man, we be going there too. That joint, Amazon.
Trader Joe's.
That is Amazon.
If you buying your whole life there for your whole house,
Food
for
line.
your whole family, like I don't know how you
Food line.
how you're doing that.
That's my spot.
I like Food line. I like a good Food line. Yo.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of middle class America that can do that right now without shopping with the conglomerates. So I don't know what the fuck people do. Those folk.
Let me ask you this, because I was someone posted this a while back. I don't know what this guy was trying to do, but he's a girl dad, and his daughter was like under 10, and he will typically like check the bathrooms before she goes in there, like, or just, hey, and he checked it, and some guy walked out of the bathroom, and he was like, see, this is why I checked before this weirdo was in there.
What
it was a man.
Like
a public restroom
with like multiple stalls.
Yeah,
and so he walks into.
Well, he opened it. Anybody in there like before his daughter walked in?
So like Walmart. Walmart doesn't
like
have
a Walmart or something like that. It was something like that. But a grown man walked out of the woman's bathroom and he was like, "See, this is why I check or yell in there before I send my daughter in the bathrooms by herself." So I was looking at some of the comments, and so a lot of the men in there, they were saying like they get dirty looks when they try to take their daughters to the bathroom. Like, have you ever dealt with like people?
I've told him a lot about this topic. This was like, it was something that I never knew was going to be complicated. And it was when she became it was when Luna became a little bit older, and she can just go with me anywhere. You know, when you get past like the toddler stage and you have to have all these pieces to the puzzle, you know, and they can just get dressed and roll with that.
Yeah, you don't need a diaper bag and all that stuff. Yeah,
she's just like my little road dog. You know what I mean?
Right.
One of the bad ones I remember. One of the bad ones that I remember pissed me off bad, man. It gets to the point where like when she's real little, and I could hold her, I remember I could walk her and go to like a stall in a men's room if just I had her with me. And oftentimes they have like the men's, the baby, like that, the folding station thing for the changing table. They have those in the men's, like in a handicap stall or something, right? So I would take her in there and we would get things done in there. There's oftentimes those family bathrooms now. So most times, like, you can make it work. We were at Short Pump Mall. And Luna is way too old at this point. This is probably just like a year ago. She is way too old to be going in the men's bathroom with a bunch of urinals and shit. We're way past that point. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. This is a packed mall this day. Might have been holiday time or something. A lot of people going on. they have those family restrooms. One was locked. So my kid got to go pretty bad, but she's older now. So I'm like, can you walk to another one? She was like, yeah. We bolt to another one. This thing's like out of order or something. And you know Short Pump Mall, the outdoor mall? It's a pretty big spot. We're traversing some ground at this point.
Yeah, and it's for a little kid.
And it's for my daughter, and she's getting like, man, I hear pissed. You know what I'm saying? So we get back to the other one. I'm shaking on this door handle. There's still somebody in there. I'm like, damn, maybe it's like locked from the inside. Like somebody fucked something up or something. And this lady looks at me, Josh. I mean, fuck, I just called you
Chris.
Chris.
And we're back.
This lady looks at me, and she said, she hand signaled to me that she thought somebody was doing drugs inside of the family bathroom. And I was like, dang, that sucks. When my kid got a piss. So this woman has like a baby on a
A Bjorn or something? Yeah.
She has a Bjorn baby on her chest.
A Bjorn baby.
I am peeking in and out because now my only plan is I'm going to clear the men's bathroom. I'm going to tell a bunch of men, if there's a bunch, hopefully there's like 3, y'all get the fuck out of here for a second. I got to take my daughter in here. Please understand. And they would understand. Also, the fuck out of here. I was going to do that one too. And this lady sees like me like about to be pretty stressed out. And she was like, if it's okay and she's okay and you're okay, I will take her in there. She can go, because Luna was pretty older at this point. Mm-hmm. She was assuming as a mother, like, she seems like she has it all together, right? I don't have to do anything. And I was like, absolutely nothing. So she was like, I will stand around and make sure no funny business is going on. So she's kind of like, you know, you walk into a bathroom, she's kind of like here, I'm kind of like here, type thing going on, and it made me feel so much better about it.
Shout out to that lady.
Appreciate the shit out that lady.
Yeah.
For doing that, seeing me like as a dad having that moment of like, what the fuck, man? I'm just trying to take my daughter to the bathroom. This should be way easier than this.
I felt like back in the day when I would have we would be with my dad and it got to that point. I felt like back then people would go, "Oh, you need to take your daughter in there." And it was like a no issue. Women would do it like in a heartbeat. Like, oh yeah, I'll take her in there.
Yeah.
But now I don't even know all them bitches. I don't know.
I know it's so scary. You don't know who the fuck you dealing with.
Got me with the Bjorn baby and the whole. We were basically like in eyesight. She seemed cool.
Back in the day, we talked about that the other day. Back in the day, you could do anything.
Anything.
I don't think that you were supposed to do anything, but you could do anything.
You can just do anything.
Yeah, I still don't believe that it was always right because it was people that didn't just do anything.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
She thinks she's a big girl now though, but I still do it, and I don't try to look like those guys. Like y'all know what I'm doing. My daughter's in there. Like you don't gotta do all that, man. But I'm right the fuck here. Also,
Miles is 12, and I still don't like him going to the fucking bathroom by himself, man.
I mean,
I don't like it.
What about it?
He's only 12.
Where
I
mean, but hold on.
At home. No, at public places.
We doing like truck stop, 64 rest area.
I mean, we
like,
go.
Nah, fuck no, yeah, I'm going in too.
Yeah, a lot of times we'll go to Food Line after school, and he'll have to go. I'm just getting to the point where I'm like, yo, I'll get the cereal, or you go to the bathroom.
The back one.
The one in the back.
Yeah, that's a back one.
It's
sketchy.
It is. It's scary, man.
It's sketchy.
You're talking about behind the dairy.
I've done it a couple of times.
Yeah, that's sketchy.
It's sketchy.
It is.
I'm with you.
That one counts.
And I don't like it.
That was a good example.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, that's sketchy. I don't want to go back there.
That's like employee
as a grown
land.
man, I don't want to go back there.
It's dark.
Who the fuck wants to go back there?
Yeah, that's different. I know the nook you're talking about.
I bet y'all this. Y'all, have y'all ever been to the public restroom in a Staples?
Nah.
I've never been to Staples bathroom.
I don't do a lot of Staples.
It's a wild place back there.
What you doing at home?
Oh, so you probably got to go to the warehouse and then to the.
We're not grazing over this at all.
What was I doing there?
Yeah,
I had to piss. I was
That's
at Staples. I was picking up business cards.
I would have almost.
You thought freak activity?
Yeah, dude, 100%. thought it was
No. See, the freak activity happened in the back room at CVS. Yeah, that's when I worked there. Fuck CVS, dude. Bitches fired me.
Barracks joint or downtown?
I worked on 5th Street, the Ratchet CVS. Real deal, top of the line.
Oh man,
I don't know how people work at stores like that, man.
I was in high school.
Man,
I let so much shit slide, they fired me.
He's heard me say this a bunch lately. I watched this documentary on sulfur miners, and I saw how bad their life sucks. And like you just said, like I don't know how people do that.
Yeah,
shit.
that's okay,
man.
Yeah,
we are shittiest fucking day.
Yeah.
It's dope as fuck.
Yeah.
So here we are. We're just hanging out bullshitting right now.
Just hanging out
on all
bullshitting.
this expensive shit. I don't even know what none of this stuff is.
Feng shui.
There's
Knobs to be turned.
Listen to me. These motherfuckers climb wet rags on their face. Don't even got respirators. Climbing up and down the mountain with all this shit on their backs. Just enough to afford to eat meat a few times a week with their families and buy a moped so their ass can get back and forth to work, man.
That's crazy.
And guess what? They were smiling. They were smiling on the documentary too.
Sulfur
It
mines.
was like Malaysia.
Oh,
Man, when I was in Korea and when they packed us out
Indonesia, Mali.
to, you said
I'm
Indonesia.
still thinking. I think like Mali.
Man, any country where like mining is still, it's so crazy, man, to think that people are still living like that in the 2020s.
what was you about to say though about Korea?
Oh, when I packed out to leave, they sent the guys to come pack up my room, and everybody that came there had to be 1,000 years old. I was like, I can't believe they sent these old ass men to pack
Was
my
they picking
room.
like heavy shit up?
Bro, this is what's crazy. They pack this shit so fast, and then the way they carry boxes is crazy. So they'll put it on the desk, and then they'll turn their back to it, and then like put it on their back and carry it like this. And then their friends would just add more boxes. So then you have this old Korean dude walking down the stairs with like 4 boxes on his back, and like it's crazy. I'm like, you couldn't even get men in their 20s in America to do this, and I'm not lying. These guys had to be over 70 years old.
You think maybe they wasn't that old? They just looked that old?
Man, if they look that old, it is unfortunate.
Rough life.
Yeah,
They had a
man,
rough
because
life.
they look really old.
This is an interesting lead in to it just made me think of some of the times when I was building houses, working with and next to undocumented workers, and just that like workhorse thing, and that like real impressive, like damn.
Yeah.
I have more than one occasion where some of these folks that are being super chastised right now,
They don't want to go home.
I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
it's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
We've all,
That's a bad.
anybody that's ever worked in the trades has definitely been like, damn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They got a reason to stay. You know, I feel bad, man, because you see these Hispanic dudes, like, they're trying so hard to blend in and do shit. Because, like, I stopped at Sheetz and got my drink before I got here, and I see this beat-up-ass truck. It's got this Hawk Tour sticker on the back. It's got a Trump sticker on the back. And I'm like, the bumper's missing. I'm like, I was like, this ain't no white dude car. 100% ain't no white dude car. Not. Man, I walk up to the window. It's a straight up Mexican woman. You can just tell by the look on her face. She spoke not one lick of
had a Mexican
English.
flag in the car?
Stoked to be here.
Yep.
And she scrolled TikTok and was like, what are people fucking with?
yeah.
And she saw that Hot Tour girl.
Bam. That's what they do,
And
man.
she's like, they also love Donnie.
Yep. That's what they
So
got to
I'm
do.
I'm going to do a Donnie sticker.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? Conservative people would be like, they don't assimilate. It's like, that's fucking assimilation right there.
Yeah, they try, man.
Donnie and Hawk Tour stickers, motherfucker, that's American as shit. That's
That's that
what do you want?
camouflage. They don't want to get pulled
What do
over.
you want, man?
That's like
Did
that.
you see the footage from when I was at the intersection the other night?
Mm-hmm.
I just like randomly ended up there, obviously, and I was really confused because the light was taking so long. A client later told me, I don't know if this is true or not. A client later told me that the police had like control of the lights.
Oh, yeah, they can do
the,
that shit.
The length of the lights, I guess, because like so much shit was going on.
Oh, my bad. Mhm.
But yeah, it was pretty staggering.
Yeah.
Seeing everybody out there, and it made me think of it a lot. It made me think of I've had personal experiences working out there on job sites, getting paid next to these guys, knowing there's a lot of industries that know this stuff too. Guys that work in kitchens downtown. If anybody's getting a paycheck, if somebody's undocumented and they're getting a paycheck from their boss, they or their boss, oftentimes their boss, sent in a social security number to the government for that person. Mm-hmm. Uncle Sam doesn't give a fuck if your number is
as you give your
legitimate
money.
when you're paying in.
Right.
Nobody cares. You could put -6 on that thing while you're paying in.
Exactly.
Try to get a tax refund with -6 as your social
Yeah.
security number. That's a fucking problem.
Right. They don't want us
I'm
to.
telling you.
Exactly.
And I know this because I worked next to it. These guys are getting paychecks. You cannot run a giant job site. I heard this the other day. It was a client. All this under the table stuff's gonna stop. And I was like, what giant commercial? Just stop for a second. You think that giant commercial sites, a contractor is gonna show up and he's gonna pay 65 guys with cash? Say everybody, just make the math easy. Say everybody made $1,000 that week. You're paying everybody on Friday. The contractor is showing up. Contractors are showing up all over America on Fridays in their F-250 6.7 Super Strokes with 65 cash on them, licking shit off to all the homies. And that's not how the fuck this works.
Yeah.
That's not how this works.
Why was your client so, was he upset about
And
that?
you know what's crazy? You absolutely know who he is. He's not from here. He just became an American. This is a kind of a common thing. He became an American citizen last year. He's legal.
So, nigga, he in the same boat.
No.
Get your ass up out of here, too.
We got into a back and forth the other day because he's legal now. He's legal now. That's his. There's no more argument. I did it the right way.
Yeah, but as soon as he gets stopped, they don't. You think they give a fuck?
He's a very fortunate person. He's very intelligent. He works
They don't
at a hospital.
Bro, they.
I know.
You know what I'm
Bro,
saying? Like, he's a fortunate person, and it's hard to explain to somebody that's been pretty fortunate that, like, man, you how in the world are you?
He's gonna find
are you
out.
even thinking there's like parallels at all?
Trust me,
what I'm
America.
saying?
He's gonna get woken up.
It bothers me a lot because it just happened. He doesn't understand that.
You gotta
It's
be like,
bro, they're paying taxes.
You say, bro, you're not one of us. You just gotta tell him that.
Because I don't feel like that. He is. And he's like a legitimate citizen, so all the shit he did what the fuck he was supposed to do. But
If the thing is, if you don't look the part, if you don't look the American,
He doesn't look the part. He doesn't sound.
that's
the part.
the
He doesn't
thing, and
know.
that's what's happening right now because
he's also still got his cultural identity, which is important to him for where he is from, which is a very specific place. Nobody tries to tell you not to do that shit. And then he gets in his bag about like it was an unfortunate conversation.
Yeah.
But again, you're talking about a fortunate person, that could not easy. I'm not gonna say easily. I'm not gonna downplay what he went through for years. The process is fucked. Even for a guy like him that's real fortunate, it wasn't fun. It was a long, lengthy, expensive process, right?
Right.
How in the world can a surgeon go through that type of bullshit and say this sucks and it's expensive, and we expect our workforce that's coming across the border to deal with that to become what you guys need them to become to be valid? Because I tend not to look at it like that. I tend to look at it like if you are here and you're doing your thing, raising your kids, you're working, you're paying taxes, I'm just a guy. I don't make any parameters or set any bars. I don't know what the fuck else we're supposed to be doing as Americans. As like, what else are we supposed to be doing? If you got here, you went through all of that to get here. You got here to sit on your ass? Fuck out of here. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but you think the vast majority of people would have went through all of that just to fucking do nothing?
To do nothing, yeah.
If you had to go somewhere, would you just go there and sit there and fucking do nothing? That's not real. That's not feasible. It takes money. I think that border shit's fucked up too. I think a lot of this scenario, the red tape that these people have to go through is making things worse down there.
Right.
But I don't think anybody's asinine for thinking this doesn't need to get handled like differently.
Right.
I also don't like seeing everybody vilified right now.
No, I feel you.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people that haven't, worked in a kitchen with some dishwashers or built some houses or cut some grass or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of the stereotype things that these people are just like helping constantly.
Yeah.
That
I
we
mean,
need always. It's
always.
Like, they're not hip to like how this
I need my
actually
homies.
works.
Yeah.
You gotta have them, bro. Vital piece
Peep-
of this
yeah.
big puzzle that is America.
I need
Yeah.
my
You know what I
landscape.
mean?
Yeah. People don't realize that
Crazy
shit, man.
vital.
People don't realize, like, I love the culinary arts. So I watch a lot of, fine dining videos and stuff on YouTube, like behind the scenes in the kitchen and prepping and stuff like that. And when you look at these kitchens, man, I would say, like, and I'm lowballing, 50 to 60% of those kitchens. Oh, this is Hector. He been back here butchering for 15 years. Here's Jaime. Here's this. And I also listened to Anthony Bourdain's book that he wrote years ago, Kitchen Confidential. He was like, yo, if you don't have like a Guatemalan or Ecuadorian in your kitchen, he's just like, your kitchen sucks. And he implored chefs. He goes, you have to learn to speak Spanish if you're going to be in this business. He goes, I don't care how you feel about immigration, none of that shit. They're the best. They're some of the best cooks in the world. You have to have them in your kitchen. You got to know their culture. And he's like, there's no way around it. You're gonna be around these people, man. And what I'm saying is like people don't realize how much they do. Your favorite restaurant is more than likely a bunch of Mexican. Yeah, they're back there cooking that shit. Every Asian restaurant, Philippine, it doesn't matter. They
People
back
do
there
know,
doing
man.
that, man.
I'm being pessimistic for a second. People do know. They're willfully ignorant to it.
You're right.
Everybody knows what time it is. It is.
It's the same story, man. It's the same story. When you look at the history of America, whether you watching something that's historical, or you watching something that's fictitious, whenever we watch these period pieces, there's always a group of people that the established white Americans are going to vilify. Always. At some point, it was white people. You know, it was the Irish, it was these people, it was that, then it was black people, then it's this group, it's just like the same story over and over again, man. Like the sense of entitlement in this country is crazy. And then what's going to be wild is in 100 years, all the people that are fighting, not even that, in 25 years, some of the people that were being vilified and talked down to and spit on and possibly cast out, they might turn into your friend. That's what's crazy. It's like people get here and then they forget where they come from and then they want to pull the ladder up. They want to shut the door on people. That's what's crazy, man. Like the Latinos that voted for Trump, that's insane to me.
Yeah,
It was a quick turnaround.
Insane.
Yeah, that shit happened. I never understood that from the beginning.
The Venezuelans that supported him, you saw what he did with their visas or their immigration status. They were here like legally under like some asylum shit, and he just told them we're canceling all that shit and sending all y'all motherfuckers back home.
Nobody knew this first month was gonna look like it has. Everybody that said be real optimistic. I feel like I was personally a lot more optimistic about this administration this time, and it wasn't because of them at all. It definitely had nothing to do with Donnie.
Yeah.
I'm empathetic to working class America right now, way more so than I worry about my own feelings. And I think that I tried to look at this election a whole lot different than I looked at 4 years prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been beyond disappointing.
Yeah.
It's been beyond disappointing so far.
I had to text a friend. I was just like, because we were talking. I was like, I don't think it's gonna be as bad this time. The sequel's never as good. And I texted him the other day. I was like, I was wrong, man. This shit is crazy.
Well, it's what's really disheartening is we're already watching people do that same thing. We're watching people make excuses for him and justify a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
And you don't want to sound like one of those folks. It used to really piss me off when people acted like they didn't have time for this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's exhausting. It's exhausting.
I was about to say, I think a lot of that comes from, like, definitely people that pay attention to a lot of politics and shit like that. Like, I was talking to one of my clients, and he was explaining to me, like, how, you know, this is right before he got, before the inauguration. And he was like, you know, I guess he was hopeful, like what y'all just said. Like, hoping that all this shit that he's doing is going to work. Mm-hmm. Because we are here. We are living here.
Right.
So we hope the shit, whatever he got going on is going to work. But then once you just start seeing all the shit that start going south.
Yeah. What's crazy is it's like I'm trying to think. He's doing a lot of stuff. Like he's making a lot of moves, but when the dust settles, like a lot of stuff that he's doing is not even legal. But it's a process.
That's no surprise.
Yeah. So like Elon Musk, yeah, like Elon Musk going around shutting agencies down. He doesn't have the power to do that. But like government workers are such rule followers where if you get an email saying don't show up, it's just like, well, they said don't show up. But I just think it's going to take a while for the dust to settle and they realize, like, I feel like half the stuff is not even going to be able to go through. It's not.
What about yesterday?
The Gaza thing? You know what? Like, I'll be honest, man. Yesterday was probably one of the toughest days for me. Yesterday, I almost lost my mind yesterday. I almost lost my mind watching Him.
We were talking live on the
I was
phone.
like, yo, what the fuck is this dude doing? And you know what, man? I realized Donald Trump really is a fucking bitch. He really doesn't have a plan. The guy, he wants attention so bad. He wants to be, you know what it is? I always go back to high school. To me, I feel like everything is rooted back in high school. He wants to be on the football team. That's all this motherfucker really, really wants. He's looking at Xi Jinping. He looks at Putin. He looks at the dude in Venezuela. He sees all these like strong men. The dude over in, what's the one guy he really fucking like? Viktor Orban. He thinks that shit is so cool that they're doing that. You know, with Putin trying to take Ukraine and shit like that. And he wants to show them that he can do the same thing. But you pick on Canada. That's like if you are a bully in high school and you go pick on the nerd, and everybody's like, "Yo, why are you picking on him, bro? That's not no tough shit."
No.
It's like we get, we get it. That kid's annoying, but no one fucks with him because he's a nerd. We all like him, but yeah, he's annoying. I really feel like they're making fun of him. I really do.
More so, so you feel like more so it's not. He's selling it with the America First thing. But he's really just doing Donnie shit.
He's just doing Donnie shit to impress. He's trying to impress the cool kids at the. That's all it is.
That's what it was explained to me as.
That's all he's doing.
Some of the Canada tariff stuff. Well, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I understand all of this.
Yes, you do. Here's the thing. Let me tell you this. I'm gonna break it down simple. The tariff shit is simple economic. I'm not an economic person. You an outside guy. Say your brick is 1,000, right? Cost you 1,000. You can sell your product at whatever price it is. And your connect's like, yo, it's going to be 1,500. Are you going to eat that or are you going to make your customers eat that? The customers, right? Right? You're going to pass it. That's how it works. Yeah. That's what a tariff is. So when a company is paying more, of course they have to pay it to get it, but now you're going to pay it as a customer. So all this no, you're not. We're gonna pay for that shit.
That's the part I get. What I was more so like.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry, man.
No, I understand what a tariff is.
Oh, my you dumb mullion.
Jesus fucking Christ. We get certain things from them, right? I said this to my wife the other day. I think she was lightly impressed that I was just kind of hip on like what we get from Canada, and I was like, we have most of those things. We have those, like. Natural gas. It's like we're fracking the fuck out of Dakotas and all sorts of stuff right now. Like we're figuring that out. But the lumber thing, immediately, I brought that up to my wife on Sunday morning. I was like, why is Donnie gonna get the beefing with Canada for no reason? Like you're saying, because I couldn't.
Because you know why
that was advantageous at all. And I'm like, now building materials are gonna get expensive as fuck.
Yeah, that's what exactly.
There's all of this comes at a cost. There's a cause and reaction, whatever, for everything. I think it's really wildly premature, like 30 days in, for his base and America in general.
Yeah, but you know why he's
to be like, yo, solid plan. It's like, yo, I'm nobody, and I'm considering angles that I don't feel like are getting discussed. It's like, does that get horribly negatively affected?
No, people brought that up.
We don't have like it like they do.
Yeah,
that would be a giant problem. And when people go buy $9 2x4s at Lowe's, they're gonna be pissed.
Yeah, and they also were saying we buy potash from them, which is something huge that I can't remember what we use it. Potash. It's used in fertilizers or some shit like that. It's called potash. It's like a chemical or whatever, and they make it, and we use it a lot of it from Canada. But yeah, like the lumber thing. Because Trump was like, "Oh, we don't need them." It's like, yeah, the fuck we do. They don't really need us as much.
What do we need Gaza for? And why do we need to displace 5 million people? What are they going to build in the Gaza Strip?
You said the Riviera.
You know,
why does he said what?
He said he gonna turn into the Riviera.
Turn to the Riviera.
It can be
French Riviera.
Yes.
So
you know what it is? Go ahead.
Well, what I was about to say is this is for the people that don't know what's going on in Gaza, because I actually had to look this up earlier because he ended up bringing it up to me when we came in, and it's Trump is trying to, well, I'm going to say taking over the Gaza Strip, and he wants to turn it into what he said, the Eastern Riviera, some shit like that.
Turn into the Riviera.
Yeah, and he wants to turn into the
a hotel.
Basically, hotel. He wants to use it to make money.
Yeah,
yeah, and it's
two.
there's like 3 million people in the West Bank, I think.
Well, but
2 million people in Gaza.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's like fucking millions of
And
humans, bro, that live there.
And he's telling
They're trying to go back home right now.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
And see how it pissed me off. I pissed myself off that we're even tripping off this right now.
And that's what I had to tell myself last night.
Crazy.
I go, it's not even a possible thing.
This is crazy.
But one thing I think
to even discuss.
One thing we gotta always think about with this. Trump was the president. What was that? 2000 and what was the year?
What, 16 to 20?
16 to 20. All right. He wasn't president from 2020 to 2024. He had a whole 4 years that he had already planned because he thought he was going to win and beat Joe Biden. So everything that he is doing now, this shit was already this shit was premeditated. This shit was already lined up way before. He just is able to do it now because he's the president.
Like he's gonna be way more efficient.
Man, that's why we seeing fucking bombs just blowing off him, just going all over the place because this shit is something he has been working on from 4 years ago.
He done practiced.
It's basically Project 2025.
Yeah.
Oh, don't do that.
That's what they're doing.
That's what I was about to say. That's what is popping up now.
But I really feel like he's doing this because, and just watching the stuff on the internet has really brought it to my attention. Donald Trump really hates when you call him a co-president or when you call Elon Musk President Musk. He hates that shit. Because now when you watch a news conference, they go, yo, what is Elon Musk doing? He goes, well, Elon makes a decision, but we decide if we cut it or not.
Oh, he's like, Elon's getting a lot of attention.
That he doesn't like it. He doesn't like the shit.
He gets on Twitter he gets on Twitter and he's like, who's
they're gonna be beefing soon.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
I'll tell you.
So that's why
fucks you don't want beefing with each other.
That's why I feel like
that handicap match gonna look like?
I know, right?
God.
That's why I feel like he's doing this stuff because Elon is getting attention. I was just watching something they were saying like he gets 700% more Google searches than
you talking about Elon does?
Elon does than Trump.
A lot of Donnie's base.
I searched him the other day.
Computer savvy.
Yeah,
Elon's base is way more.
Yeah.
I searched him the other day.
I would tell Donnie that to make him feel better. Be like, it's all right. You got the blue hairs, bro.
He likes that. He said he likes the poorly educated and dumb people. He doesn't want anyone that is tech savvy. But I feel like a big reason why he is doing what he's doing. He wants to steal back the attention to himself. So he has to say something crazy because he needs the attention. But I also think this about why he's doing this shit with Gaza. And some people might be like, oh, why you nope. I think it's this is my theory.
I already don't like this.
Listen to this. He's a real estate developer, right? You know where I'm going with this?
He's gonna make it like Dubai.
No, not even that. Don't even think about it that far. He lives in Florida. Who retires in Florida next to the beach?
The Jews.
What's next to Israel? A big ass beach. He's looking at. He's like, I can turn this into Florida. He sees a population of Jewish people in a beach right next door. He was like, this is Boca Raton 2.0. That's what that shit is. This motherfucker sees Jewish people and a fucking hotel. Because when he was talking about building something, he goes, we're going to make it international. It'll be world class. That's how you describe a resort. Who's going to work there? Who's going to live there? People from everywhere. When you go to a resort, it's motherfuckers that work there from all over the world. He said, we're going to have unlimited jobs. Yeah, if you have a hotel, guess what? Those jobs will never fucking end. You're always going to need grounds people. You're going to need hospitality people. You're going to need Uber drivers. So there go your fucking jobs. That's all that shit is, bro. He sees Jewish people and
like,
beach land.
The beach.
They like the beach.
They love the Holy Land.
Yeah. That's what that shit is.
Bitch.
That's
What's today's
I'm
date?
not mad at that.
What's today's
I'm not
date?
mad at that theory.
I'm not mad at that. I'm mad at that theory. I'm going to be.
Yeah.
Just break it down.
I'm going to be bewildered that on this date, if crystal ball that
he sees Jewish people in a beach. that's it.
But I think that is
what
gonna be,
about the millions of people that can't
he don't give a shit.
Where are they gonna did you hear he said Egypt and Jordan said they're not gonna take them. That's what he said.
He doesn't give a shit.
Even Saudi
They
Arabia
said they're not.
Even Saudi Arabia was like, bro, there needs to be a 2-state solution.
You can't move 2 million humans. They're excited currently to be going back home to rubble. You know how fucked up that is?
Yeah.
They're stoked to be going home to fucked up
Yeah,
rubble.
there was a guy.
But they're going home.
Yep, there was a guy. I saw a thing where a guy was like, "I will take this over anything."
Man,
He's like, "I
that's
love Gaza. That's where I'm from." He was like, "I don't give a fuck how hard it is. That's where." And what's crazy is it's like, when you listen to Republicans talk, that's exactly what they want to hear from people, because they're always like, "How come you didn't stay and fix your own country?" These people want to stay and fix their fucking country.
You correct me if I'm wrong right now too.
I'm not smart.
You just fucked me up with that. This is your lane. You just fucked me up with that fucking beach resort thing.
I can't wait to do that shit on stage Friday.
What else are you doing with it? I joked earlier about like, what are they building fucking Disneyland in Gaza? Like what else? Because here's the thing. I don't think the Middle East or any of them want us having more military installation
absolutely
shit out
not.
there. They're not okay with that at all. So they're literally going to develop that.
Yeah.
And now, are we going to do the Cheney, Halliburton, my cousin gets the deal on these billion-dollar contracts?
Real estate.
And Aaron Trump fucking whatever the fuck. Everybody owns contracting companies now.
Right, I know, right?
Doge to the moon and all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that all just gonna coincide? This is like how our life's gonna read out every fucking day.
Yeah. I mean, if we got to that point where they're starting construction in Gaza, you know what that means? That means thousands upon thousands of American soldiers are fucking dead. Do you think Palestinians? Hell yeah. You think they're gonna give that shit up? You're not gonna get Hamas out of there. You're not. And someone on CNN, they made a great point. They were like, over half that population in Gaza right now, they don't like Hamas. They go, yo, if you go in there,
I say more than half.
yeah. But she was just trying to make a point like that. Most of the people don't support Hamas. Yeah. They don't. She goes, if you go in there and start trying to remove people from their own country, she goes, they will all join Hamas.
We talked about this earlier. Jamal and I. This is, I mean, we've all learned.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
You and I graduated high school in 2004. You were like 2000?
98.
98? So,
bing!
Fucking
Yeah.
My friends that were overseas in Kabul and Fallujah, and that shit was horrible. I hated even hearing about it back then.
Yeah.
You guys were doing real shit, and a lot of real shit stemmed from that shit.
Yeah.
And we're about to displace, bare minimum, 2-3 million people.
Yeah.
To where?
And you don't think that's going to cause another
pilgrimage across the Middle East to nowhere?
That would be dumb.
What are we talking? Why is anybody talking about?
There will be another 9/11 in 100 years if that happened.
Chris, do you remember that scene in
Sopranos?
Nah. Remember that series I told you to watch? I loved it, and they didn't make it.
Oh, Messiah? I'm episode 2. Don't blow it for me. I've been falling asleep.
Did they get anywhere yet?
They're watching him now, and they're like, "Yo, we gotta go see."
No, but they walked the first time.
They walked, and then he said something was gonna happen. Then some shit happened. They were like, "Yo, this guy, he knows what the fuck he's talking about." I think like, did it rained or something like that, or there was some type of attack or some shit like that. But he predicted something, and it kind of happened.
We were watching that series together, and there's like all these like super thirsty people traversing the desert from a real shitty scenario that end up at a border. And there's nothing like really highlighting what that border is yet. And these people come out. Part of it was the fatigues that I was seeing and kind of picking up on. But the other part was like they were immediately pointing guns at like thirsty, like women and kids and shit. And I said under my breath what country I thought they were portraying. And my wife looked at me kind of like, it's a little fucked up there, buddy. Kind of like it's a show. It could be like a made up country.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
They don't fuck around, man. They
she
don't.
looked at me like, how'd you know that? And I was like,
that's what they
be doing shit.
That's
like
what they
that.
do, man.
That's how they maneuver.
That's how they roll.
Most of that shit is all true that we see in all of these movies.
Yeah,
it's made up sitcoms and made up.
Yeah,
shit.
that whole region is they've been abusive to each other. They just been abusive,
That's
man.
Why I keep thinking,
it's so shitty.
What you just said.
They do fucked up shit, and like I don't know who started what, but all I know it ain't good, and it's like. Hurt people, you know what it is? It's two groups of hurt people hurting each other even more. They're both hurt.
But we can't have like military shit going on.
Bro,
right? There's no way.
No, he said they are talking about possibly sending American troops to Gaza to get Hamas out of there.
You're talking about
war. That's a war.
Yeah.
And for
Yeah, it's
He campaigned basically on like.
who
am I
cares?
tripping? Or was that
Do you
last
not?
one?
No. It was this one, but Ray,
That was a.
if you
that
love
was a bullet
America,
point. Nah, hold on. When people made us, because people have done that with you.
what? If you love America,
You know there was something that he did that you can appreciate. It's like, of course. I thought that not being super warmongerous was like a pretty cool thing for a world leader. So if somebody was making me highlight some stuff, I'm like, that's like absolutely notable. And
Right.
Donnie didn't seem to be one of those guys. We've been here a fucking month, man.
and yeah, he's talking about
What are you
we'll
talking about?
we'll take Greenland, we'll take Canada, we're yeah.
Hey, no disrespect. Ain't nobody from Greenland. There ain't nothing in Greenland.
It's
Who
a,
the
it's
fuck
a,
has Greenland
it's,
now?
It's
What
a,
is Greenland?
It's
It's
a
a big ass
strategic.
chunk of ice.
It's just a strategic area. They
Is that Canada?
for
it's,
people.
It's
No, is it a country?
yeah.
Is it like a sovereign place?
Yes.
Are they like?
They belong to like the Danes or some shit, like Denmark or some shit like that. Yeah.
So they don't have their own representatives?
I don't know. Let me see what the government looks like.
You know how big that motherfucker is?
Yeah, most of it's like uninhabitable though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for people that don't know what's going on, once again,
They know.
because a lot of motherfuckers that don't know what's going on, I'm telling you.
Are you
right now.
serious?
Let me tell you something. This is a modern day Christopher Columbus shit. Okay, we are taking what's not ours. This is called, what's the word for this? And the word is colonization.
Yeah.
And we are colonizing some shit. All right, right now, Donnie, that's what he's doing. He's taking what he wants and he's keeping it to himself.
Colonizing one of the most war-torn places
What the
the
fuck?
earth has ever
Shit's
seen.
crazy. You know, we want
Yeah,
to keep
but
it simple.
see,
It's not funny.
Greenland.
Chris
Jamaica-
called me last night while this was going on live. I wasn't savvy. I had to run out of the house real quick, and it was just by chance where I was going. Our homie that owns the spot where I was at, he's Palestinian. His father's like displaced Palestinian. He was over there in August, so I went directly from my house. Chris called me while this is happening. He's not obviously enjoying himself. We have a pretty deep talk. I get there and I'm dealing with like somebody that I know is Palestinian. That was that timeline last night. And obviously it was just him and I in the store. And I was like, you hip to like the last couple hours? And he was like, yep. And that was a shitty talk.
Yeah. They have a
Do that right after I talked to you last night. There was no skip from like getting off the phone, get out the car. I'm talking to him. Like,
that's crazy,
this is-
man.
Well, I don't necessarily always believe in that, like that everything happens for a reason thing. But we were obviously not in a great headspace about all that and having a not the most fun talk we've ever had.
Yeah. And for you to bump into a Palestinian in
It
Charlottesville.
needed to happen.
Yeah.
Well, everything that he said last night, I needed to hear like in that moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's worried. He's worried. Can you imagine? I feel insanely empathetic about this. I don't know anything. I don't know
Yeah.
shit. I've never been over there. I don't know. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
just can't imagine my kid right now. My little neighborhood we were talking about earlier that I like so much. My shit's blown to fucking smithereens, and I'm trying to go back to my shell of a home.
That's
with my
about to get
kid.
taken again.
It's fucked, man. I just can't. And people can't. We're surrounded by these proud. I'm one. We're surrounded by a proud American. I take care of my family. I take care of me. I take care of this country. I take care of my dirt. I take care of all this shit. It's like you wouldn't want to take care of your family
Yeah.
you a
if your
massage.
shit was like that.
Right. Yeah, man.
Was that an ad?
Come to
guys
Gaza,
paid?
get a massage.
Are you guys paid? Hey, Justin Tucker, you stupid fuck,
What happened?
man.
Oh, the kicker?
Man. Ravens acting
Premature.
like dumbasses.
Premature.
What? So what happened? I don't
Very
even really.
disappointing, man.
So he got caught for like harassing women in the workplace. I didn't
I
even.
read into this. They sounded
Uh-oh.
like really nice places, upscale spots. Not the type that,
A
You go
legit.
get beat off.
not the type that I would assume
Not the type I would go to.
that. Remember where Robert Kraft went? That's where you go.
Yeah.
The strip mall, where the old dudes is laying down and they sponge bathing them and shit. Oh, and it's not weird to them. That's where you go, Tucker.
That's
You stupid fuck.
Oh,
He's there with like
I don't like that
educated,
sound.
Sorry.
nice. These women are going to school.
Yeah, they got
Probably
hours.
licenses,
Yeah.
and shit. You know what I'm saying? Going in there acting like an asshole, and he did it supposedly a lot of times.
He's got
He
money.
did real creepy shit. Old Deshaun, I think his was a little more straightforward. Homeboy sounded fucking weird.
Well, so what was the weirdest one you heard?
Oh man,
Premature.
yeah, man. One of them said,
He just bust when.
we're on the pod. We might as well.
Yeah.
I felt weird saying this earlier at the
No.
barbershop. I didn't like it.
What?
One of the chicks said that one of the masseuses, one of the women said that she left the room, like told him like, nah, bro, type shit, like left the room, but came back feeling like kind of pressured, like I gotta take care of this athlete type dude. And homeboy already done busted one out.
He already got one off.
And she was pissed like he done got one off like without her. Type shit.
Ho.
Wait, without her?
She was mad that he did it without her?
Yeah, I think he might have nutted on everything, bro. Or nutted on
Wait a minute. So she was mad that she missed it, or that he
no, I
did
think
it?
she was mad Joker beat off in her masseuse room.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because you said like
Yeah.
She got deep on that one. I thought I was being
No, but
that was that vague.
you just ended it by saying like he did it without her.
Yeah,
like she
without
came back like,
She
oh, you
was-
already.
to my understanding, reading this, she was like, "Nah, dude," but also like, "We can continue this if you don't act like a fucking prick." And he's like, "All right, bet." She leaves the room for a second, probably getting some towels. He strokes one out.
She
like, on
needed.
the table.
But you
type
know
shit.
something?
She's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Now
Here
that
we go.
now that he bring this up, I mean, now that he explains this to me,
Oh hell!
Here we go.
I don't know how much I dislike that at this point, because he ended up
What are we
waiting till she
doing?
left the room.
What are we doing?
He beat off by himself, and then she just happened to have to see the mess.
Justin Tucker hired Jamal Dowell as your lawyer.
At the end of
as
the
your
day,
legal
was
representation.
that really illegal?
Yes.
It doesn't sound like everyone was fond of it.
Nah,
She
that's,
wasn't in there.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
He asked
legality.
her.
I'm
She
not
said
an expert on
no.
the
She
law.
left. He finished off by himself. She came back in and was mad because he was
it
done.
gotta be laws on like busting in public type shit.
It wasn't in
There has
public.
to be-
This wasn't in
Look that
public.
up, Jamie.
Yeah,
This wasn't-
you know
Look
what
that
it is. I probably think because there's a bodily fluid there.
That sounds like.
I think if he would have cleaned it up and it wouldn't have been an issue.
What if he burnt, bro? You can't like nut on stuff.
What happened if he?
You know what? No, you
He can
can't
fight this.
masturbate. Even if
Ain't
no one's
no
watching
way.
you, you can't
Ain't no way.
masturbate in a public area.
Yup, I'm going with what Chris said.
Was that a public area?
Yeah, it's a
This
business.
man
It's public.
said-
Oh, you know what?
Hey yo,
Is that
Shit.
a public area?
Damn, wait a minute.
Listen,
Because it's a private business.
Is that a public
Oh
area?
my god!
that was like the door was shut.
I just started
It's a
again.
private spot. Hey, sick fuck. He said, listen, I'm paying for this time. If I want to beat off in here right now, I'm gonna beat off.
I'm
in
not
here.
sure.
I'm not putting that in my.
I'm not sure if he was wrong.
What did you do tonight? Why are you
He
fucking on
been
the
eating
pod, bro?
Barton.
What did I eat?
What's up?
I had some boiled eggs this morning. I've been eating more.
You been eating that?
I've been eating more. This is gonna pause. Pre-pause. I've been eating a lot more nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, fiber.
Pre-pose.
Walnuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legumes,
Legumes.
beans.
Beans. I had some beans last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got hey, you get
Dowell,
yourself
like-
together?
I'm trying to. I've been doing yoga, man.
Okay, cool.
Where?
At
At the house.
No word.
Oh, okay.
I did burpees yesterday.
You know Kofi, right?
I know Kofi.
Yeah, he's like a guy. He's like a yogi.
You know what? I did ask him about that. I'm not ready yet, man.
So
I
I'm gonna
hate when people
hold
say
on.
that.
Wait,
He's
wait.
not ready.
Hey, let's
I
do
hate
it.
when people
Let's
say
do
that
it,
shit,
man.
bro.
Hold on. Let me. I'm gonna do this right now. We'll do this on the pod. What time did you get up this morning to go to the gym?
Me?
No. What time did you get up this morning to go to the gym?
I
Did you
ran
go to the gym today?
I ran.
Did you work out today?
Yes.
Bet.
I worked out today.
I did too. You worked out today? Mm-hmm. So what the fuck you gotta do?
Yeah, that's it.
I worked
There's
out.
no. You don't get ready to go to the gym.
Yeah.
You don't get ready to go work
You
out.
did it. That's all
You
that
don't
matters.
work
I know.
out to go work out. You just work out.
I know, but I'm just saying I'm doing yoga. I don't know if I'm ready for a class
Not
yet.
how it works.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
You're ready.
Okay.
If,
Not
you,
how it
if
works.
you're doing it, you're
Mentally, I'm not ready to go to a class yet.
Okay,
That-
How
that's
about
different.
that?
Yeah,
That's a little
yeah,
different.
yeah.
You also made that.
I
you
hate
made that.
You know what?
made
I
that
hate
just soft enough
I
that we couldn't
hate
fuck with him.
Dad Ray. I hate Dad Ray. Cause you don't give in at all. You like fuck it. That's an excuse. Fuck off. Go to the gym.
But can I say something though?
No.
If I didn't hold myself to a certain level of accountability, that would be hoe shit.
I agree.
So if you weren't a real close friend of mine in his close circle of friends, do you think that I would have to at times hold you to that same or a close
I
level
appreciate
of
it.
accountability?
I
Do
appreciate
you want
it.
suckers in your fucking circle?
What kind of suckers?
Tighten up, man.
suckers.
I really hate that shit though. Like when people think that just because they
Shit ain't
aren't all the
easy,
way
bro.
to where that other person is, or the people around them, don't mean that they can't start when you really can. Like you can
You're right.
start There's no
And-
reason
and
you
I
can't
ha-
go. They
yeah.
gonna know that you're like.
But
you
I've
know?
started at home.
No. I'm saying
No,
like
but
you could go
it's
to
mad cool to
something.
like get over
Yeah.
like a mental. That's all
Man.
that is. That's a mental hump.
All right,
Just
can I
get
be
over
honest?
that.
I don't like group workouts.
You don't
Well,
have to,
You don't really like people.
which is weird as fuck. Cause dude's mad personal. We've been getting along since the first.
I
time
like
we ever
this.
met.
But you know what? It's weird, man, because when I was younger, I used to go to the club and shit all the time. Big club dude. I used to be in the club every fucking weekend. And just the older I got, even like when I first started comedy, I thought the best part of the show was like shaking people's hands and trying to take pictures and I'm not doing all that shit with people. That was fun for like the first couple of years, but like now, if it's up to me, I ain't going out there after a fucking show.
This don't make no sense to me though when you're talking about working out because you've done a zillion like other things too, a zillion kinds of gyms, workout, HIT, this and the third group of things. You think you're in there fucking hanging out and everybody's like, "What'd you do last night?" I ain't.
It's not that. It's just I was
being around them.
I don't
being around a bunch of bodies.
I was forced to do group workouts in the military for years, so it's just like it just gets old. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like. I just.
Group workouts push you though a little more.
I hated
and it
it.
don't even have to be a group. It can just be like me and you.
I really enjoy.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
it
like
push
that
you
type
more,
shit.
and you don't know it until you work out.
I
with
just told a
somebody
friend
else.
the other day how impressive I think he is because the way he can mentally, his workouts are real weird.
Mammal.
Austin Tabor. His wife works with Sarah.
Yeah.
Big dude. Yo, his workouts are absolutely insane, and he's just a nice guy, and he just works out real hard. And there's no like reason. He just like likes it, right? And I've been paying attention to this the more I get to know him.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him the other day, I was like, "You're like different." And oftentimes people with like the combat sports stuff and shit, they're like, "Dude, that's crazy." I'm like, "Nah, this motherfucker's workout that he had on his board that he did 3 times with a weight vest on, that shit's, you are fighting like a different thing. You can't see it. It's not tangible. I like that shit that people tussling at the gym, weights, that's a tangible thing. Us all working out, doing a HIT, a circuit, I'm getting to this station, all that's like tangible, right? Those motherfuckers like your brother that can run a marathon, or these dudes like Austin that can do like that level of a grueling workout, then you gotta do that motherfucker 2 more times. This board I'm talking about right now, it was insane. And he just did it for like fun. And I was like,
It's like some CrossFit shit. Like you talking about burpees
we're
and push-ups.
Like way
and,
the fuck past, yeah.
I mean, but this is a bunch of shit like
yes,
that.
yes,
Squats and bench press and then lunges and this.
It was absurd. And I cut him like a day or 2 later, and I was like, "You did that?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "You did that with a vest on?" He was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "That's insane."
You know, it's the craziest workout I've ever heard of somebody doing, and this person was not in great shape, but it sounds the worst. He did the burpee mile.
Is that kind of like that thing the
Excuse
military
me,
dudes
what do
do?
you do? What do you mean?
Have you done burpees?
Yes.
So when you come up, you jump forward.
And he did it for a mile.
You have to you
shit.
do it on the track and you do that shit for a fucking
I seen
mile,
a
bro.
girl doing
Now
that
tell
shit.
me that shit ain't
Nah, that's
crazy.
That's crazy.
4 laps.
How long did it take him?
I can't remember. I can't. And if you saw this guy, you would not believe he did it.
That's insane.
He used to go to CrossFit at
CrossFit is crazy,
at
too.
Dayton, Ohio with us at the box there, and you can tell he was a bigger dude because he had like some loose skin and shit like that. But like he was so flex, it was crazy. I'm like, yo, how was this chubby ass dude so flexible? But he used to just stretch it. He was like, yeah, I did the burpee mile this weekend. And I'm like, that's crazy, man. But he said it took, I think he said about 2 hours. Now that I'm telling the story, about 2 hours for him to do that. I mean, that's crazy.
Well, the main thing you did say was mental. And honestly, a lot of that shit, like the 2 days, yesterday, I ran 3 miles. And I had to tell myself, probably 2 and some change. Like, I wasn't really tired. Like my brain wanted me to be tired, but my body was hurting because I had leg day the day before. So I'm kind of sore. This is third, but I'm like, yo, you're sore, but you're not tired. And then I would get through the tired part and be like, I feel like I'm not sore no more. But I had to keep telling myself mentally,
Right.
like, yo, you are good. Because my brother actually told me this. Little told me this. He was like, yo, you get injuries when you're working out, doing anything. And sometimes you're really not hurt. or sometimes things really aren't as bad as you think it is, but it's mentally
Your brain.
there. Yeah, your brain has told you that it is. And he was like, you know, because I was telling him about my ankle. He was like, well, first and foremost, we got to figure out if you are really injured or if your brain is just telling you you're injured. And you saying like the yoga shit or anything, like you just mentally, you know, whatever the case might be, you don't want to get yourself there, but it's probably not a thing that you have ever did that you wasn't made to do, that you have done mentally that didn't come out good or that didn't come out okay, that was something to better yourself. So for instance, if you was to go and work out in a group and you wasn't made to do it, this was something that you decided to do, there's no way that the shit wasn't going to come out in a better effect this time, you know, this go around than when you was in the military.
Right.
Your mental thing is, let me just get there. That's harder sometimes for people than when they're there. And you just need to just, you know, put that shit aside and or try to put it aside and go with, you know, maybe not a group, maybe like a homeboy, 1, 2, or this, that, the third, and just try that, because it always pushes you at the end of the day. And once you be straight, like,
no,
you'll be straight.
Yeah, I don't.
I agree with like.
I agree. Having an accountability partner.
That accountability partner. Is a lot.
It helps out. It helps out. But I'm just in general not great at maintaining relationships with people, and like I like to do things on my own time. Like I don't want to be holding to anybody else's time. I don't want to get locked in. Like I got to meet this guy. Fuck that. I do what I want to do when I do it. It's
a lot of that, like you said, stems from your time in the military.
Yeah, because I was already relying on other people, worried about other people. So now, like I've noticed that I am becoming more like almost antisocial.
I don't look at, back to just the working out, I don't look at any of it like that with working out with people. I tend to think, like Jamal said, like you get a better workout type thing. The competitiveness, the
companionship,
the camaraderie.
Yeah, that's the word I was working. Yeah,
and
camaraderie.
I personally have an easier time testing myself and pushing myself to like a real, like, you know how dudes say like your max. There would be no way to push my cardio to the max, rolling, like doing jujitsu and stuff like that, unless like I had a homie that I trust that we can go like real hard, and everybody's pretty safe. And that, you know what I'm saying? So like there's like a thing that's cool, but I still decide how hard I'm going. My homie's just like gonna help, but I still gotta have a body here to do this.
Right.
You know what I mean? I told him recently that there was something I want to get better on at the gym, and it's getting heavy to the point where like I kind of want somebody like around. You know what I mean? But I work out so early, I don't really have a spotter for what I'm dealing with right now. So I tend to just like, for those scenarios, I don't work out with anybody and be having all these conversations and this, that, and the third. It's taken me a real long time at that new gym that I'm at just to get where I'm at with these guys. Because you're in there, everyone wants to get healthy, get right, feel good, go the fuck home, man.
Yeah.
It's cool to make friends in the middle of all that.
I'm just here to work out, bro. I'm not here to talk.
Yeah, which is always cool. It's always cool to meet cool people in anything, right?
Yeah, and
nobody. I don't have too many dudes that feel like they're there in the morning to like for the socialization. Well, I don't know. Maybe
there might be some. There's people in comedy.
No, it's part of it.
There are some people who
it definitely is part of it. Now that we see it,
there are people who do comedy that like they don't really want to be a comedian.
They like the scene.
Yeah, a friend of mine, Jeff, he passed away, but like he was the first person I met because he used to kind of like really irritate me because I'm like, he's always just doing other people's material. It's not. They go, yo, Jeff is a hobbyist. He's here for the camaraderie and the friendship and the bond. Like he don't really care about comedy like that. So like the older I got with comedy, I realized like, oh, I need to stop putting people in the same bucket as me. Like I want to be great at this shit. Like Pat the plumber, he comes out. He's an old guy. He just likes to get up there and tell some stories and sing a little bit. Does it annoy? Yeah.
The dude.
He wears the little do rags and shit.
Yeah. I know who you're talking.
Him. Yeah. Like and. Years ago, I would have been like, yo, what are you doing? Now I'm like, he just wants to have a good time, man. He wants to get out of his house. Yeah.
Just let him have fun.
Yeah, just let him have fun. Let him have fun. I don't.
Man, you should go to Fly Dog this week and just have some fun, man.
Yeah, man.
I'll go with you.
Hot yoga. You know do you know Fenton? Our homeboy Fenton? Mm-hmm. Jen, our homegirl Jen, I think she...
Nah, but I got some people up there. I got some people up there. We can go up there.
Man,
and we ain't got to do hot yoga. We can do just vinyasa.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Like as much as I would love to go to the Gracie gym, I just like the idea. I just don't want to deal with other. I don't feel like learning new people.
I mean,
You know what you going? Oh man, I'm about to say some real
Uh-oh.
shit. You want a knowledge drop?
You about to say it?
You know who you're gonna meet?
Who?
Yourself.
That's it. I'm signing up right now.
Fucking deep, yo. Hey,
You're,
that ass.
you're afraid of
You know
meeting
who you gonna meet
you.
every day? Your little hoe ass self.
Damn. Maybe that's what it is.
What? I fight that fucker every
That's probably what it is. I'm scared.
Every time. I'm fighting myself every time I'm out there.
Yeah, I am scared.
That's I like that part of it.
Yeah.
That shit feels good when you conquer yourself. Other dudes are dudes. Those are your friends. They're your homies
Yeah.
and
I'm
shit.
also not. It's also
conquering something that you set ahead of yourself.
It's a lot of
That shit feels good.
headaches, man. It's a lot, not headaches, but a lot of mental shit. Like I really don't want to be people on top of me
We're
and
doing
shit.
psychology right now.
I know.
Yeah,
We're
no,
gonna
no,
get
no,
real
no.
personal.
No,
We're gonna get
that's
real
different.
personal.
Yeah.
Years and years ago, I watched you make these steps with comedy. A lot of them. A lot of them. You did a lot of this, what you're doing right now, with a lot of them steps. And you didn't hold yourself back. And I bet if you could go back in a time machine right now, what would you say? Little hoe ass. You'd be like, man, just go fucking do it.
Yeah, I would have took a lot more things seriously, more
You
serious.
would talk to yourself some type of way. And you'd be like,
I try
tighten up,
to,
bro.
I try to do it every
You got
day.
this.
Trust me, I think about going to the gym every fucking day
Think about
and
the
learning to
gym.
fight.
If you could go back and talk to yourself, you wouldn't be like, man, come on.
Yeah,
I hate that I think about that.
I have to
that
do
with
this shit
a
every
lot of
day.
stuff.
Yeah, I have to do it every day. Every day,
I
like
think
what
we
you
all
doing?
do. I think we all do.
Start tomorrow. Start whatever it is tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to get back in therapy, man. I got a lot of mental hangups.
That's a step. That counts.
I got to get back in there, man. I don't want to meet more people, but I tell myself I'm good at that
You've been doing that. You did the in person or on the
for
therapy?
in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that it's a great option to do the telehealth.
I was doing that, yeah, because my therapist was here. Then he moved to DC, and then we were doing the tele thing, and then like it kind of fell apart. And see,
People's
I'm an all or
schedules are
nothing.
hard, and it's easy for us all to with workouts to anything to make schedule like, man, my time, my this.
It's excuses.
You know what I mean?
It's excuses.
But man, with that, you can talk to your doctor on your fucking iPhone. Like,
Yeah.
you could get that done.
I know. I just haven't. He pissed me off because like we canceled a couple of appointments, and I was like, I took it personally. I was like, man, fuck this dude. He's blowing me off. Fuck him. And then I
He's
just.
one of how many?
It's not easy to find a therapist, especially like if I'm looking for I'm about to fart again.
Yo, I'm gonna give you a site later. Oh, you really farted, yo.
But you can't even
I
smell
didn't
it.
hear or notice the other ones earlier.
That's-
that one pissed me
We're
off.
using that clip.
Of course.
Fucking
We're
ridiculous.
using that clip.
Of
yo.
course. Y'all making me nervous.
We're using.
I told him to get his shit
Look at
together.
the
He
bubble
said,
guts, man.
Yeah.
damn.
On fucking
All
camera.
right, everybody in the comments, call Chris a little hoe ass if he hasn't
Oh,
started therapy again and started yoga.
I'm already doing yoga. Okay,
Taking yoga more seriously.
But
and
why do I-
starting therapy over?
But why do I have to go to a class?
you don't. You don't.
Comment section,
You don't.
hoe ass.
You don't.
Yeah. I don't need to take a class.
Just
don't,
don't
but
eat
you
no
have to
more.
set a goal.
Don't eat no more fucking beans before you come in here.
You're a sick fuck for that. The last one pissed me off. It was real noticeable.
I feel great.
You're also lying.
We are
You don't lie.
using that as a clip. I don't give a fuck what he say.
It don't
If
smell,
gotta-
it
I
don't
farted
taste. It's
again.
like, dude, what are you doing in this little ass room?
You can't even smell it.
I'm glad. I'm so glad.
I know my farts. If I knew it was gonna be bad, I wouldn't let it out.
You'd have been over there sweating bullets with
that damn
anxiety.
couch smell it.
This couch is
Beating
done.
that couch up.
Yeah, man.
Oh my goodness.
I know. I got a lot of hangups, man. I got to get over them, and I
We
appreciate.
all got stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all trying to push.
You ain't the only one, buddy.
Yeah,
Jamal has been one of my real good friends. Jamal, Jake, my brother, that you know, real good. And Jamal are great at holding me accountable, and I like to try to be that type of friend too. And accountable can mean a lot of different things. You got regular man shit you just need to be accountable for, regular human shit. But the other stuff is like the stuff that we decide on. Like he's got a thing he's going on right now, like a workout, a knowledge of this or that. You know what I'm saying? He's set in a mode right now, and if I saw him like completely just be like, meh, I'd be like, oh shit, we off.
You off the
We off the thing.
shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not chastise the fuck out of him, but like, yo, we doing the right stuff.
Yeah.
Type thing. And I'm also in a bit of a mode right now. And I feel like if he saw me 5-6 days being a little hoe ass, he's gonna say something. But we decided those things that were on that current trajectory. That
You